Yo.
What's good, everybody? It's One Too Many Reactions. We're doing a special thing right now because this man's got a favorite rapper, and I went through his discography with him.
I'm scared.
He's scared because all right. Before you get at this, man,
I'm scared. I'm scared of the mob that I'm not going to pay attention to, but I know they're coming.
Yeah, I'm reading all the comments. What are you? So I don't know anything about general consensus on Lupe albums. I'll be honest. I'm not not on Lupe Reddit like you are. Yeah. So I don't know what people think. I don't know if my views are gonna align with these motherfuckers. I don't know if they're all gonna hate me, but we're gonna see what happens. I definitely am gonna piss people off with some of them. But we're gonna go in chronological order, and then we're gonna tell you where we rank it.
This is just for the record. This is Lupe, like the top tile here. Mm-hmm. This is kind of like an indication of like when Joe Music and Zion came out. They're like, we should add it to the. It was like a conversation of like it needs to be added.
Okay. Well, I mean, I very much agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I come from a different angle here.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, let's start off at food and liquor. You want me to set it off since you set off with Wayne?
Yeah. Sure.
This is your guy. You can go. Food and liquor I like very much. I like food and liquor very much. I think it's dope vintage Lupe. I Gotcha is a fucking banger. The instrumental is an absolute fucking banger. I thought Hurt Me Soul was dope as fuck. I liked Pressure a lot. Kick Push obviously is a classic. So I have this as my second favorite Lupe Fiasco album. Mind you, these are going to be skewed a little bit low because it's an out of 10 ranking and then you average it. But I have it as a 7.69 out of 10 if you average the songs. But I think the album is much stronger than that would indicate, if that makes sense. Because like all it takes is like 1.5 to like blow up shit like that.
Yeah.
But which is why they're like, even when I do this with Eminem albums, like some of them are in the 7s and shit. But who's my favorite? But I think it's very strong.
So, would you have it?
2. Second best.
I also have it at 2. Second best. I think kind of the thing that makes it not 1 is, so just reading off, Real and Just Might Be Okay. Those first two, when you throw on the intro, is kind of, it's like long and then kind of gets into something.
I had Real as a 5.
Yeah. There's like the beginning of it, it's like the start of Lupe's career, but it takes him, at least in my opinion, a little while to like get going. Like he kind of, it's like get on the bike and then you kind of do that thing. You like
because even Kick Push isn't like a lyrical song, but it's still good though. It's fun.
Yeah, Kick Push I love. Yeah. I got you instrumental. He say she say he say he say she say. Even though it's the same verse twice, not the same verse. It's basically the same verse twice, just switching up like the I, the I and the he essentially, but it takes on like a whole different. There's certain things that get said in that song where, when he's like, the world's out to get him, why don't you give him a chance? Mm-hmm. And I can listen to that the first time, and then when it gets to the second verse and goes, no, the world is out to get me, why don't you give me a chance? And then just like speaking from the son's point of view, talking to his dad, that's like not there for him. It takes on like this whole different fucking meaning, dude. I'm literally fucking I fucking love it. The Sunshine Daydreaming, like,
I gave that song a 7.5 out of 10. But you gotta remember, I'm listening to a lot of these songs once, and I understand that Lupe songs aren't supposed to be listened to just one time.
Yeah. So I have it as my number 2. I
think that album's dope.
Can't say enough good things. I'm gonna piss people off later on in the show, so if you wanna just be outraged, then stick around.
So am I. What's the second album?
The second album is The Cool, in which I will not be pissing anybody off, I don't think, because I have it as my number 1 album.
Nice.
I have this. I don't have my running list of top 200 hip hop albums of all time in front of me, but I think this is in my top 5.
Wow.
If it's very very high up there. Let's see, just run through these tracks since I can directly reference them, unlike the Lil Wayne ones. Even like just starting off the Free Chili stuff. I thought it was cool. Go Go Gadget Flow is a fucking amazing song. I think it's.
I don't have any notes about Free Chili. Was it just like an intro that doesn't rap?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is, and it's just if we could break down these walls and set you free, we would, 'cause we out here and we miss you. I mean, Superstar is just an all time like song that broke the mold, and you won't be listening to it tonight.
Sugar Sean, baby, let's go! I was there live in Boston when you knocked out Aljo. We're gonna be watching that shit again.
Dude, there's so many like that. Paris to Tokyo, High Definition, Gold Watch, Hip Hop Saved My Life, dude. Hip Hop Saved My Life is
an 8 out of 10.
Little Weapon. I mean, you know, the list goes on and on and on and on, but it's my number one. I saw him perform this front to back live, which is fun.
That's awesome. I also very much like this album lots. Go Go Gadget Flow was a 9 for me. The Coolest I wasn't super into apparently, but Superstar, Paris, Tokyo, High Definition, all in the 8s. Gold Watch is my favorite song on the album at 9.5. Hip Hop Saved Me I give an 8. I got Gotta Eat at an 8. I got The Die at 8.5. I thought this was a very, very good album. I put it at number 3 for Lupe Fiasco. Super, super nice in my opinion.
Yeah, and then, so the next one for you is Lasers.
Lasers. Okay, so where do I rank Lasers? We're at a 9 here, right? Okay. Lasers was good. I don't think it was great. I have it at 6 out of the 9 albums. I think Words I Never Said is a banger. I have that as 9. I put The Show Goes On at 8.5. Those were the only songs I had above an 8. Yeah, no, that's it. Some 7.5s in there though. I don't want to care right now is up there. Beautiful Lasers is up there. Good stuff. I thought like he went a little commercially a little bit on this one. Not as good as the other albums, but it wasn't like poor by any means. So I put it 6 out of 9.
Yeah. So quick background. Real quick background is the first time I had ever seen Lupe is I went to a B.O.B. concert, and B.O.B. opened for Lupe. It was me and Joey. We went, and Joey was a big fan of Lupe. I was a big fan of B.O.B. Perfect. Let's go. I left there a Lupe fan, like, all the way through. Now, this is when Lasers came out. So I come into my Lupe-dom, just a word, my Lupe-dom, as Lasers is coming out. So I don't know, it was there for me at that time. I listened to it, fucking loved it. Now, I didn't go through the path that the others went through, where it's like, well, this kind of, these concept-y, like the Cool had a concept to it. I don't know if Food and Liquor, I'm sure someone will tell us, Food and Liquor had like...
And yeah, a lot of good mixtape stuff leading up to that as well, right? Like Mean and Vicious was before Lasers, but on something else.
Yes, yeah, I don't know.
And then what's the other one with the Dynamite? The Lit the Fuse and the... Switch, yeah. Those were both before, right?
Yeah, these are before Lasers for sure.
That's the best Lupe to me.
So they're coming through like these 2 albums that people really loved, and then they get to Lasers, and they hit Lasers, and then they had I Don't Want to Care Right Now and Out of My Head, which really, I feel like is really kind of the only ones that like, I guess Never Forget You maybe, that people aren't, it's like, oh, Lupe went pop. Great. He just made a freaking pop album that he's going the way of everybody else. I didn't have to deal with that. I didn't have that feeling. I just went into it.
There's a lot of justification for it.
I went into it. But I fucking love this album. I love this album.
This is one?
No. Oh. No. I'm saying all this for number 6.
I put it at 6.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Holy shit. I didn't know I had to do all that. Okay, guys, so let me...
No, because of, I guess from what I'm going to say later. Because I have this over an album that, like, if I was in the streets, I would be chased down and beaten to death.
I think I'm probably going to be in the same boat.
I don't think so. But, I mean, yeah, Words I Never Said, I'll stop soon. The Show Goes On. Beautiful Lasers is, like, hits me on a whole different level. State Run Radio, Break the Chain, dude. All Black Everything's fucking... like there's a lot of good songs, and I feel like people just was like, oh man, he went pop and hated it. When it's like you go through this list and there's a ton of good songs, and it's like if you don't like Out of My Head, if you don't like I Don't Want to Care right now, it's two. It's two songs. Anyway.
No, I Don't Want to Care right now pretty high for the album.
Well, it's just I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's not like super Lupe, you know.
Yeah, my lowest rated songs on this album are Never Forget You, Coming Up, and Out of My Head.
So, me moving on to Food Liquor 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Food Liquor 2, and I'll try to keep these shorter because I could really.
No, it's fine,
I
dude.
could
That's
go.
what the content is about, brother. I won't be able to talk about them as much as you.
So I got Food Liquor 2 as a 7. I still really.
A 7 out of 10? Or at 7?
At 7. At 7. I think there's some fantastic songs. I think Bitch Bad is amazing. I Tell, get yourself a Camry, instead of Camry, watch it will depreciate, and then you'll understand me. There are some songs on here that I'm not, like, I don't like How Dare You and Heart Donor are kind of stinkers for me.
Out of them low.
I think Battle Scars is a great song. Form Follows Function. Unforgivable Youth as a story track I thought was really cool. So Around My Way, of course. So yeah, I have that 7.
I thought this album stunk. I have this dead last pretty clearly.
You and the Guardian, pal. Guardian gave it 2 out of 5 on Wikipedia.
Around My Way was an 8.5. I like that song. Form Follows Function, I also gave it 8.5. Put 'Em Up, I gave a 9. I really like those 3 songs. The rest of this album was tough. I actually remember walking my dog while listening to part of this album and getting annoyed by being like, bro, every fucking song is just blah. So I was not a fan of this one at all. I put it dead last.
No?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, do I have to go to that?
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Tetsuo and Youth.
Oh boy.
This is where the hate's coming for you?
Yeah, it's 100% coming for me. So I have this one at 8th. I thought this album has some pretty high highs, but I think a lot of the songs are really, really bad as well. Mural I have as a 10 out of 10, one of his best songs ever. I thought the last 2, Adoration of the Magi and They Resurrect Now, are really good. And I like Deliver. I don't think any of the other songs are good at all. I would actually say they were quite bad. I hated Dots and Lines. I hated Prisoner 1 and 2. I hated Chopper. I hated Madonna. Like, all those I have at 4.
All right. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Prisoner 1 and 2, 8 minutes, 36 seconds.
That might have
Dots and
something to do
Lines,
with it.
6 minutes, 32 seconds.
That probably hurt. It probably hurt him.
Where's Chopper? Chopper, 9 minutes and 32 seconds. So,
yeah, so that stuff definitely probably didn't help it. I don't, knowing who I am, that 100% hurt it.
yeah.
But I do think it has the high highs are really nice, but I just thought some of the songs, what the fuck are we doing here? So I put it at 8th, and I know I'm probably gonna get my head cut off for that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So I disagree. I have this as my number 3. I thought like it's very man. This is, and I'm not trying to be like snooty about it. And when I say it's a work of art, but I think it's closer to like. I think listening to it is closer to like looking at a painting, and I know like the whole mural thing and everything, but it's like closer to looking at a painting than it is like I'm here like just I'm not human being too and just fucking like oh shit oh my god there's like a lot there's these like long solos and everything, but as like a full kind of picture, I guess I really liked it. I like Dots and Lines. Prisoner 1 and 2, I thought the second half of it is really dope. The first part I'm not like super crazy about. Body of Work, No Scratches, I thought was I love. I love No Scratches. Adoration of the Magi is one of my favorite Lupe songs, so I have this set. And Nombre 3. Oh, and yeah, I guess that song Mural's pretty good.
Mural's elite.
Yeah, it kind of that album is super duper good. All right, now going. Did I say that album, that song, but also same with the album for me. Now, Drogas Light, it almost offends me to call this a Lupe album, although he calls it a Lupe album.
Yeah.
I think he's said this, and maybe I can kind of pull it up as we're talking, but he has said that. Okay, where it says right here in the wiki thing, it's a project as a refinement of Lasers period. It alludes to material on Drogas Light that isn't exactly recent. He said it's full of songs from the vault. So this is I know
lost tapes of sorts.
Yeah, there's songs on here I know that were specific to the album to I think kind of tie it together, put some bows on it, but it seems like kind of a little all over the place. Although there are a bunch of songs I really like Jump I thought is awesome. I really do not like Kill and Law. It's Not Designed, Wild Child, the end of the album is really cool. More Than My Heart, song about his mommy. Pick Up the Phone is really good. So there's a bunch of songs that I do really enjoy, and even the song High, I know a lot of people don't like that song High. But I really like it. And there's probably a bunch of songs on here that I listen to more than I listen to in Tetsuo and Youth. With that being said, I have this as number 9.
Okay. So I like Dopamine Lit a lot. I liked the high. I thought the high interlude was cool. I liked Wild Child. I thought Jump was a solid song. I liked It's Not Designed. Tranquillo was alright. But that being said, it did feel like a lost tape sort of thing, where it was just a bunch of songs thrown together that were a little bit like duct taped. I thought it had more, I thought Tetsuo and Youth had a lot of really bad songs that bring it down. I thought Food and Liquor 2 was kind of like a slog. So I do think it was above those two, but I thought it was, I still think it was lighter than his other stuff, and it's called Drogas Light. So I have it at 7.
This is 7?
Yeah.
This is. Do you not have your 9?
My 9 was Food and Liquor 2.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh. This is the album to get himself. I think it's this one. He had contractually one more album that he had to put out with Atlantic, and he had a ton the whole Lasers not getting released thing. He had a lot of butt heads with him a lot, and so I think this was. Pretty sure the album to get himself out of the deal. So he was just kind of okay.
That's why Nas
drag and drop. Oh really?
Yeah.
I need an album.
He dumped the Lost Tapes 2 out, and that's when he signed with whatever. He's putting all the albums out with Hit Boy.
Okay.
But yeah, he needed to get off of Def Jam, I think, or something like that. And he just put out the Lost Tapes 2.
He's like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Sure. Then we got
Drogas Wave first here.
Yeah.
Drogas Wave. Okay.
Drogas.
So this one. So if we're keeping score here, my bottom 4 have already been picked between Lasers, Drogas Light, Tetsuo and Youth, Food and Liquor. So we're getting into all top 5 here. The only 2 so far have been Food and Liquor and The Cool at 2 and 3. Drogas Wave. This is a long album, and as Nick has alluded to with long songs, that doesn't usually play well for me. I think The Blueprint 2 is Jay-Z's worst album because it's too long. I think Street's Disciple is very low for Nas because it's too long. So, with that being said, I think this album, if we're picking the litter of songs, I think Mural Jr. was fire. I have Happy Timbuktu as a 10 out of 10. I fucking love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I think King Nas is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think XO is fire as fuck. I put it at 9. I put Manila right off rip at 9.5. I have a lot of insanely high rated songs on this album, but then there's a lot of junk to skim through as well, which brought the rating down a bit lower. But I do think this was really good. I think if he shortened it, it probably would have made it a little bit higher on my list, but I have it at 5.
All right. Hey, hey guys. So this is an album it's a double album, 2 parts.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So the first part of the album, the story of the the slave ship coming over, the slaves fall off the or they may jump. I think they may jump off of the boat, then they stay at the bottom of the sea, and then like the other ships come by and they're pulling them down. It's like a cool story. Like I actually have sat like, with my computer and went through the entire wave part, like that whole story. Like I read through it. I mean, this is really cool. It's really interesting. There aren't a ton of songs though that people are really high on, like Wave Files, like Gold versus The Right Thing to Do, Haile Selassie. There are songs
I have
that
Haile Selassie and Nate.
So it's not that these are bad songs by any means. Like I'm not saying that. I don't necessarily know if there's any songs that I actively don't like, except for it might be Wave Files, where the second verse is him just naming slave ships for like a really long time. That kind of was like, all right, I got it. But
I didn't know that when I was listening to it, so that's probably what the hell is going on.
like, why is the second verse? Why is he going 16 bars just naming ships? So that part of the album, while it being a cool story, there's not like a ton that I can go back to, and there wasn't not a lot of things that I fell in love with on that first part of the album. Now the second half of the album, you mentioned EXO. I always get the Junlei Forever. I don't know if I can get that right. Kingdom, Cripple, King Nas, Happy Timbuktu Day, Mural Jr. There's like a ton of songs that I do like. So, and I think if these were 2 different albums, the part 2 of the album, I would have super high. It would be up there with like some of my top albums, with including it as a whole project with the first part of it, even though it's a very good story, just not being interested enough to listen to the songs individually and like kind of go back to them. So I have this. I'll get this out there under Lasers and Food and Liquor 2, which is sacrilege, complete sacrilege. I have this as 8. I have this as the second worst. I still like it.
Oh, it's sacrilege to have it under Lasers and Food and Liquor too?
It's probably having it anywhere under the top 4 is probably, I would say.
Oh, I have it at 5th.
People would
so it's sacrilege for me?
You're probably, I mean, me putting Lasers and Food and Liquor 2, I better hope people don't find out where I live.
Damn.
They're very passionate people.
Yo, y'all Lupe fans, bro. Me and y'all know what we're talking about when this guy does, dude. Don't worry, we can hang out sometime. You got lasers tattooed. Yeah, but look at this.
It's specifically.
I'm real pale.
Specifically, it's Beautiful Lasers, the song, not the album. But anyway,
hits him on a different level. The skin layer.
Yeah, it goes right. It gets under my skin. Drill music in Zion is when a rapper is like, I'm gonna keep it short, keep it sweet.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna disappoint you the whole time. Yeah. This is where he gets away from the. We'll kind of disregard Drogas Light, where he gets away from the Drogas Wave and the Tetsuo and Youth, like these like long, like super long album, robust, we'll say. I really love this album. I have it. It's 5. With all that being said, I saw it as 5.
Oh, that's wild. So this is by far my favorite Lupe album. Number 1, Gotti is fire right off the rat.
It's actually not called Gotti. It's called Fish.
Fish. For real?
Yeah.
Why is it spelled G-O-T-I?
I think it's off of like a meme.
Is it actually called Fish?
Yeah.
The name of the song
He says it in the song too. He like says it at the end here. Let's see. Enough, Geo, the Geo and Enough, Women, Nation, Fish.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, never mind. Drill Music Design is no longer my favorite album. Okay, so Fish is a fucking banger right off the bat. Autobotto is my favorite song on the album. I think it's
defend
fucking
myself
crazy.
in court. This is sport. I
Yeah.
get signals from the source. It can twist it.
I listen to that song. It's in my like gym playlist and shit all the time. Precious Things is a banger too. I think it's really cool. The hook is really like sick. Kiosk. If we didn't do the reaction video of Kiosk and I wasn't like realizing what was going on, I might not have had it as high, but I liked it a lot because of that. Miss Mural is obviously a great song. Naomi was cool. I mean, I'm literally listing all the songs. I like Drill Music and Zion a lot. It's my favorite Lupe album. Again, short, sweet. I think the music's more hype. And you know he shows off a lot, and I like it. So it's one.
This is one that was intended to be a 24-hour album and then turned into a 72-hour album.
He did it in 72 hours.
He did everything in 3 days.
Wrote and record.
So I think more or less his writing process I think is more that of the Jay-Z kind of like. I think he what he does is
Wait, not on all his songs.
He puts on no, but
there's no way Lupe
let me see
does
if I
this
can
shit like Jay-Z does.
Let me see. Let's see if
that boy writes. That boy has to write.
Oh yeah, but there's a okay. Well, I guess hold on. Let me. I guess we'll record this just to have it included real quick. Oh, dude, never mind. It's a fucking hour.
Yeah,
okay.
we're not doing this.
But I just.
Then I take that audio, and I. All right. So here we go. So I just took the piece of music that I want to do my Lucy over. Okay. Yes. And I have to edit it, so I got it in GarageBand. I use GarageBand because I don't know how to use Pro Tools because I'm not that smart. And so the first thing I need to do is edit it. So I'm going to edit it.
Never mind. This is probably going to be too long to find. I want to disrupt the rhythm of the video here.
All right.
But he like puts on he'll put on the beat and then he just kind of like floats to the beat and kind of finds like where he wants to go with it. So it's
Hobson does that too.
Yeah. So that's kind of where he, how he kind of finished out the album. Anyway, is it you or me for this?
I think I saw it because I just ended.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fitting too. You should end it.
Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai. We actually did a ride along to this, so you can watch us like first time react to it. I think this is a really really good album too. Again, short, sweet, nice, good shit. Pretty good the whole way through. I didn't like Till Eternity or Palaces that much. The rest of it I really really liked. So what is it?
Palaces.
9 songs? 8 songs. Yeah. So Samurai's dope. Mumble Rap is cool. Cake is fire. Number One Headband is fire. Bigfoot's dope. Outside's dope. So I thought it was cool. It was a little short. So to be honest, when I was doing the like out of 10 like number crunch thing, Samurai actually was better than Food and Liquor and The Cool and would have been my second favorite. But I was like, there's 8 songs. That's why. Mm-hmm. Like, so I that's the only one where I made the executive decision to bring it down a little bit because it's the only one that didn't really align with my actual personal feeling of it as I was going through it as well. So I bumped Samurai down to 4, but I thought Samurai was a super fucking sick album too. Was very happy with it, but obviously I think The Cool and Food and Liquor were like his early peak, and then I really like Drill Music and Zion, but it was good.
Yeah. Wait, where'd you have it? 4. I also have it a 4.
Nice.
I think it's really fucking good. Samurai Cake, Number One Headband are probably the top 3 songs for me, which was like a little unfortunate when we did the ride of having like 2 of your favorite songs already
heard.
Yeah. But now that I've
accepted.
So yeah, I bought the CD for it and I just threw it in my car. So I've been listening to this album just over and over and over again in between some podcasts and stuff until I recently, just yesterday, bought the Death of Slim Shady LP. I always say LP. Death of Slim Shady has kind of taken over as the song is going to be the album that plays and plays and plays for a couple months. So I actually really liked Palace's. The album's really really good. It's really solid. And I think it. I don't know, man. I think it really helps his. Not that he needs it, but I think it like helps his legacy with just like now because now he has his top. He like the I think we agree with Food and Liquor and the Cool, right?
Mm.
So he has his like these are my classics that like no one is denying as far as like all like the hip hop heads and everything.
Yeah.
And now he like with Drill Music and Zion and Samurai, he's just like stacking kind of right beneath them.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
really
literally how mine works. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's I think.
Wait, you put Drill Music and Zion at 4?
Drill Music and Zion 5, Samurai 4.
So what was 3? Oh, Lasers?
Tetsuo and Youth.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so...
So we didn't really differ that much. I think we just disagreed. I think Tetsuo and Youth is like our big disagreement, and that's it.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that I veer off as far as like the common Lupe, what the fans think, is I think if I had Drogas Wave higher, like if I had it as like a 4 or 5, put it in there, I think people would forgive my Lasers take because I think Lasers kind of is seen as I think more or less it goes Drogas Light, Lasers, Food and Liquor 2 as like that bottom 3.
So most people think Food and Liquor 2 is his worst album?
No, though they have that in like the bottom 3, and
okay.
then the top 3 is probably I would say kind of rotates a little bit with like the Cool, Food and Liquor, Tetsuo and Youth, and Drogas Wave. So like I think people mostly take of those 4 the top 3. Maybe things have changed with the Drill Music and Zion shit because I don't stay on the now that, album's out and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, Reddit goes away for the next year or so. But
I love Drill Music and Zion. But anyway, that's our Lupe rankings, yo.
Yeah.
We've done Nas. We've done Wayne.
The Nas one's now
today.
obsolete.
Yeah, so we still need to add Magic 3 in there. Honestly, now that we're here, I put Magic 3 above King's Disease 2 and below Hip Hop Is Dead, probably. I think that's where it fell.
I don't remember where exactly I would like slot it, but
and honestly, we'll do an updated one when the Primo album drops.
Yeah, it kind of took. It took the oh my god, Nas put out an album thing like and took it off like just a little bit. Not that I won't still be jacked up, but it was like oh my god, he keeps fucking he's stacking shit right now. And then Magic 3 came out and I was like oh this is like closer to King's Disease 2.
Yeah,
it's like so
I put it just above King's Disease 2. Yeah.
So
I agree. Yeah, shout out. We haven't done an Eminem Discog rating. Speaking of this,
all right, let's go.
I think we need to disperse actually at this point.
Yeah.
But be on the lookout. We will eventually.
Eminem.
We just gotta wait because he's dropping another one end of this year. So see you on the next one.